So step one is to state the problem. That's concisely state the problem and its current impact. And I've noted here in this digital note, you can use a problem statement which identifies the problem and supports it with data. So those of you that have taken completed staff work are familiar with the problem statement process. There's a structure to it. And that problem statement is to identify the problem, support it with data, and then imply or consider an outcome rather than solve the problem in the problem statement. Step two, identify the causes. And here you want to identify the real causes, not just the symptoms of a problem. And we are going to look at the one of the tools for root cause analysis called the 5 whys in just a moment. Step three, choose a solution. So you want to identify some alternative solutions to the problem, and then eventually you'll choose the one that you want to run with. And that's the idea, is you want to create more than one alternative solution, because then you might find yourself stuck in a cognitive bias called narrow framing bias, in which you only look at one potential solution to the problem. We did talk about this a little bit earlier when we were talking about coming up with a problem, and someone comes up with first. This was, I believe, anchoring bias, when someone at a meeting comes up with an idea and everyone just runs with it. So you want to have multiple alternatives. Step four, apply the solutions. So you want to come up with an implementation plan and support the recommended action with data. And then finally, step five is to plan the next step. So you want to communicate the results and lessons learned and determine where to go from there. And here I've noted you want to review the proposal, audit the process for lessons learned, and submit the document for review. So that's something called a postmortem or an after action report for our folks who were or potentially still are in the military. That's the idea. The idea is to look back and see what went well, what could have been improved on, and so on.